Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. So what's next for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2024? That streak of non-losing seasons means about as much as a Primanti Brothers sandwich without the French fries if you can't win in the playoffs. It was another erratic year for Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh Steelers, who won their last 3 games to earn the conference's number 7 seed. No matter, because for the 5th straight time, dating back to the 2016 AFC title game, the black and gold fell horribly short in the playoffs. The Steelers have given up a combined 202 points in those postseason defeats, 31 or more points in each contest. This season, they were the only team in the playoffs to give up more points than they scored. So, despite a trip to the playoffs, is there anything for this team to build on? It will be interesting to see the direction this team is headed. Mike Tomlin expects to be back as the head coach in 2024, which happens to be the final year of his current contract. Via Mark Kaboly, the team will be looking for offensive coordinator candidates outside of the building, and the Steelers beat writer states that it won't be one-time Steelers quarterback and one-time Buccaneers OC Byron Leftwich. "It is not going to be Leftwich," said Kaboly in a recent interview. "I could tell you who, not more than who it's going to be." Under general manager Omar Khan, the team was more active in free agency this offseason and nailed the 2023 NFL Draft. A franchise not known for firing coaches dismissed defensive coordinator Matt Canada during the season. A change in philosophy is imperative for a team that scored the 5th fewest points, 304, in the league. Speaking of change, what will this club do at quarterback? The season started with 2022 first-round selection Kenny Pickett, who had his moments down the stretch during his rookie campaign. He took a step backward in the early stages of 2023 and eventually went down with an ankle injury. Enter Mitch Trubisky, who was ineffective and eventually gave way to Mason Rudolph. With Canada already gone, the 6-year pro thrived in the new system and was a catalyst in the team's season-ending 3-game winning streak. That's all well and good, but where do the Steelers go from here? Pickett and Trubisky are still under contract, while Rudolph can test free agency. Is the answer to the question on the Pittsburgh roster? TJ Watt named AFC Defensive Player of the Year. Pittsburgh Steelers outside linebacker TJ Watt put himself in historic company, winning his 3rd AFC Defensive Player of the Year award from the Committee of 101. For the 3rd time in the last 4 years, Watt has been honored as part of the NFL 101 awards. Watt led the league in sacks with 19, the 2nd highest of his career, while also recording 68 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 36 QB hits, 4 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, 8 passes defended, an interception and a touchdown. With this being the 3rd time Watt has won the award, he joins Alan Page, 3, Reggie White, 3, Ray Lewis, 3, Bruce Smith, 3, Aaron Donald, 4, and J.J. Watt, 4, as the only players to earn AFC DPOY 3 times in their career. He also won in 2020 and 2021. He's the 9th member of the Steelers to win the award, joining Joe Green, Mel Blount, Jack Lambert, Rod Woodson, Greg Lloyd, Carnell Lake, James Harrison, and Troy Polamalu. The award is chosen by a national selection committee that includes 101 national media members that cover the NFL. Watt's DPOY honor joins his first-team All-Pro and Pro Bowl selections. He was also voted by his teammates as the Steelers' MVP this season. For potential landing spots for Kirk Cousins if he leaves the Vikings. Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins is perhaps the most intriguing free agent to hit the market this offseason after his outstanding 2023 season was cut short due to a torn Achilles tendon. At the time of his injury, Cousins was 2nd in the NFL in passing yards, 2,331, and was tied for the lead in touchdown passes, 18, throwing just 5 interceptions. Still, as Cousins turns 36 in August and is coming off one of the most serious injuries an athlete can suffer, there is no guarantee he will finish his career in Minnesota. Should Cousins leave the Vikings, here are 4 teams that could be a good fit for the 4-time Pro Bowler. After posting 6 consecutive losing seasons, the Falcons are entering a crucial offseason, and one of their biggest moves could be the signing of former Patriots HC Bill Belichick. Due to the buzz surrounding Belichick potentially heading to Atlanta, Isabel Gonzalez of CBS Sports recently asked Cousins if he would ever play for the six-time Super Bowl winning coach and didn't rule out the possibility. "I'm not going to turn down the opportunity to play for a future Hall of Fame coach," Cousins said last week. "But we'll have to see where March takes us. There are a lot of unknowns right now." With a host of talented offensive weapons paired with a solid defense, the Falcons could finally win their first NFC South title since 2016 if they sign Cousins and him to return to form. After all, the team has lost 6 one-possession games this season with underwhelming options, Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke at quarterback. Last week, the Raiders correctly chose to remove the interim tag and sign Antonio Pierce as head coach. Under Pierce, the Raiders' defense became one of the top units in the NFL, allowing the fewest points per game, 16, and scoring the most defensive touchdowns, 4. However, the offense has been inconsistent with fourth-round rookie Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, and Las Vegas would be foolish not to improve the position this offseason. Still, with the Raiders holding the 13th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, it could be difficult for them to land a long-term answer at the position this offseason. However, by signing Cousins to lead a roster filled with talented veterans, the Raiders could compete for a wild-card spot in the near future. It also doesn't hurt that Cousins already has the support of his supposed number one target in Davante Adams, who named the impending free agent as his top quarterback, not Aaron Rodgers, who he would like to play with. Owner Mark Davis listened to his players' input when signing Pierce. Maybe he'll do the same with Cousins. While New England could easily address the quarterback position by selecting one with the 3rd overall pick in April's draft, it doesn't exactly have the ideal personnel to support a rookie. What the Patriots have is the 4th most projected cap space in the NFL, $66.1 million, which new HC Jared Mayo says is ready to burn. Cousins probably won't come cheap in terms of the average annual value of his next contract, but it's hard to imagine he would sign a contract that lasts more than 3 seasons. Pro Football Focus projects Cousins to sign a 2-year, $60 million contract with $37.5 million guaranteed in free agency. Signing Cousins to this type of deal would be relatively low risk for the Patriots and would give them flexibility on what to do with their quarterback situation moving forward. This scenario could also open the door for New England to select Ohio State's Marvin Harrison Jr., one of the top wide receiver prospects to enter the NFL Draft. Cousins helped superstar Justin Jefferson become a second-team All-Pro selection as a rookie. Who's to say Harrison couldn't have similar results if he was catching passes from the veteran signal caller? Considering the Steelers stuck with QB Mason Rudolph in their run to the playoffs while Kenny Pickett was healthy, it's safe to say the 2022 first-round pick in Pittsburgh's days are numbered. Assuming Cousins is healthy enough to replicate the success he's had this season in 2024, there may not be a team whose ceiling he can raise as much as Pittsburgh's. That's not to say Cousins would become Pittsburgh's Super Bowl contender, but he could help restore a franchise that hasn't won a playoff game since the 2016 AFC divisional round back to winning ways. The Steelers' offense ranked 28th in points and 25th in yards per game this season, despite having talented pass catchers like Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, along with one of the best rushing tandems in the NFL. There is no excuse for Pittsburgh to waste another season with a mediocre quarterback. And you fan, what do you think of the Kirk Cousins situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.